So, you know I had to jump on here real quick. um, and I'm only saying this because I'm only getting up here and talking about this only because I'm an artist. So I kind of understand, you know, how people feel, how artists feel. Most artists, if you've been making music for a little while, you feel like I'm ready to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to pay for a spot. I want to be paid to perform. And I can understand that, especially if you've been, you know, in that studio clicking out them hits and you just feel like, you know, I'm too good to have to pay for a spot. I need somebody to pay me to perform. But the question is, are you able to sell out an event with your own fans? Are you able to go to, like, you don't want to pay to perform, but are you able to go to an event, pay for the spot, get some tickets, and sell and pack the place with 50 of your own people, your own fans who came to see you? You know what I'm saying? If you're not at the point where you can sell out an event on your own, if you're not at the point where you can bring fans to your own event or to someone else's event, if you can't sell out an event, then you're not ready to be able, you're not at the point to be paid to perform. Promoters want artists that can bring the fans. If you're not bringing the fans, then you need to bring the money. It's one or the other. Either you pay for the slot or you bring enough fans that they paying for your spot. It's one or the other. So you know, that's all a part of developing as an artist. You know, we all want to see ourselves as the bomb diggity because, you know, we believe in our craft and we believe who we are. We believe in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Marcus? But the question is, will people come and pay to see you? If you can get 30 people, all you got to do is put your name out and say, I'm going to be performing, you know, at XYZ, and 40 people is rushing to get tickets to come to the stage to see you, then yeah, okay, you're ready to be paid to perform. But if you can't even pay, I'm coming, mommy. If you're not at the point where you can pack a house, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't gotten to that level yet, then you're still developing. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with paying for slots. You use that to show that you have the ability to pack a house. If the promoter is offering for you to be able to sell tickets to your performance, you get them tickets, you sell, you get the money back for what you paid for the slot, and you bring fans if you on that level. But if you're not on that level, I got artists that when you tell them sell tickets to their own performance, they get to looking at you and blinking and stuff. Like, why are you doing all that if you feel like you at the point to get paid to perform? You know what I'm saying? If you're not able to pack a house, if people are not willing to pay and come from all over to see you, then you're not at that point where you can be fussing about being paid to perform. You get that slot and you use it for your benefit, for your opportunity, and you build your brand. And you get to the point where people do want to come to see you because they used to you out there, you doing your thing, you hustling. You, like, for instance, you know, we got Hook Up Atlanta coming. I always, with all my events, I say, listen, you got the ability to sell tickets. You can get tickets from us, and you can go get your money back from your spot. Get out there and work the grounds. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I came out of freaking 3-4 weeks in advance, and I worked Atlanta. I went around selling tickets, promoting what I was doing, flyers and everything. You got to work the ground. I don't understand why some artists feel like they ain't got to do no work. You know what I'm saying? But y'all talking about I want to be paid. You want to be paid to do what? You can't even bring 3 people to your performance. You buy a slot for, if you do buy a slot for somebody, you don't even tell nobody. You got an interview coming up, you don't tell nobody. You don't even know how to interview. You still in the development stages. You know what I'm saying? Understand where you are and use it to your advantage. You know, I can say this because am I at the stage yet where I'm able to pack a house? No, I'm not. I'm still developing too. But I'm not in denial about that. I understand what I got to do. I got to work the ground. I got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? I got to build myself to the point where people know my freaking name. If that means I got to buy a slot to do it, then that's what I do. I don't even trip on buying slots. When I see an event that I like and there's a fee to perform, I do that. And if I can get tickets to get my money back so I can put that money back in my pocket and bring two people to my performance, then that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you're not at the point where you can pack a house, if people ain't knocking down the damn Eventbrite to come get tickets to see you because your name is on the freaking list, then you are still developing. So understand that you got to, this independent movement is not free. It's not free. Everybody got bills. These platforms that you go to, these buildings, the promoter had to rent that spot out if they don't own it. So they had to pay for that. They had to pay to get what they need so you can come and showcase yourself. So your job is to work the grounds and get people to know who you are and get people to come out and see you perform. And then when you perform, you get on that stage and you freaking perform. You don't get up there singing to the track and looking like you a scared teenager. You know what I'm saying? If you getting ready to get paid to perform, you have to be able to pack the house. If an artist cannot pack a house, then he's not at the point or she's not at the point yet to be paid to perform. Period, point blank. I'm sorry if y'all don't like it. Y'all can't understand what I'm saying, but it's the truth. You know, you got to be willing to work the grounds. There's so many artists that y'all, I want somebody, they need to manage me and they need to this, that, and the other. But you don't want to put in no work. And then when somebody say, okay, well, I'll work with you, but this is what we have to pay. I'll do half. I'm at that point no matter. Do you know how much I paid for this music video? Do you know how much I paid for studio? I already be investing myself. They don't want to put in no work. But y'all want to be paid to perform. You can't get 15 people that ain't your mama, your cousin, your grandpa Susie to come to your event, but you want to be paid to perform. It's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. Even for myself, it's levels to this. I understand that as an artist, and I've been out here. I'm an older artist, so I'm working extra hard because I'm behind the damn game. But I still understand that you got to put in the work. And you got to, and it's levels to building. It's development. You are developing continuously. When you get to the point where you can pack a freaking stadium just by your name, then yeah, you need to be paid to perform. Or if you can get one of these little clubs and half the clubs is filled with fans who just came to see you, then yeah, you need to be paid to perform because you didn't put in the work and you didn't show. But if you get up there and you got one person or you ain't bring nobody, you know what I'm saying? Or you doing interviews and don't nobody call in to even say they know who you are, then you're not at that point yet. You know, there's levels to this. So until you get to the level where you can command a stage and get people to come see, to pay for you to perform, then you got to purchase slots. It's development. And if anything, it's helping you to become a better artist. For many years, I still do that. When I come to Atlanta and I come to somebody else's event and I want to perform, I pay for the slot to perform. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, that. What is the problem? This is not an industry where everything is going to come to you for free. You got to be willing to put in the work. And you got to be willing to do what's necessary to build your name and to get you to the point where people even recognize who the freak you are. Who are you? I'm like, my name is such. I ain't never heard of you before. Okay, all right. You can't even go by how many views people got on their video now because they can pay for that. So the question is, how many people that's not in your family, that's not your cousin, your grandpa Susie, the girl down the street, or somebody who's willing to actually purchase a ticket to come and see you? If you can pack 30 people in that freaking, even 30, that ain't related to you, that's came to see you perform and paid that money, then yeah, you're at the point where you can say, I need to be paid to perform. You see this house, half these people came to see me. Then you can pay, then you can say, it's time for me to be paid to perform. But if you ain't packing the house, if you can't get even your cousin to come check you out, somebody tell you sell tickets to your own performance and you get to blinking and shaking and shit and mad because you know darn well that you ain't really got that kind of a following, then what you complaining for? You still developing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Know who you are. You get people be like, Google me. Google what? Google what? You ain't even... Who came to see you perform? Who? How many people, when they walked in the door, they said, I came to see her, I came to see her, I came to see him, I came to see him. How many people? You got 20 people who came to see you, you got 40 people who came to see you, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, you need, for your next event, you need to be paid to perform. Or maybe you need to have your own damn event and let them just come see you and you ain't even got to share the ticket with nobody. But if you are not at the point where you can pack a house out with your own people, were they paying for you? Because somebody going to pay for that slot. Either it's going to be you or it's going to be your fans. And if you ain't got the fans, then it got to be you. That's part of development. Artists trip me out, y'all. Everybody wants everything for free. Ain't nothing for free. Nothing. You can't. Where can you go to a business of any type unless they giving out something for free where you can get something for free? This industry ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? And so for all you artists who y'all struggling, I can't because I ain't got no money. Well, get you a damn job. You know what I'm saying? Go drive for Uber. Go get a job at the grocery store. Go do something to feed your dream. Because if your dream ain't feeding you yet, then you still got to feed it. It's like a baby. It's like an infant. It's like a newborn. You know what I'm saying? You trying to build. So you got to invest to build. You got to invest, kind of like college. You go to college, you got to pay them to teach you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay them to provide what you need to get a degree so you can say, I'm a master at this. So if you ain't a master at that, if you ain't selling out venues, if you ain't selling out stadiums, if you ain't selling out wherever you go step your foot in, then that means you're still developing. So stop complaining about paying for services. You're still in the learning phase. When you get out of that learning phase and you can say, I'm going to be here, come see me, and people is breaking down the damn door to come see you, and they paying to see you, then yes, it's time for you to be paid. But if you ain't at that point yet, then get a slot and stop complaining. And use it as your learning experience. Master how to perform. Master how to keep the crowd engaged. Master that. Master that. It's stages to this. It's stages to this. It's stages to this. I'm sorry. For all of you that you in kindergarten and you just want to jump right on up to high school, you can't do that. You gotta take one step at a time, and as you're taking it, you're learning, and as you're learning, you're spreading your name, you're spreading your word, and you're spreading who you are. That's what this is about. The artists don't want to hear that because they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They just want to know, I need to be paid. Paid for what? Somebody gonna pay for that slot. It's either gonna be you or it's gonna be your fans doing it for you. So which one is it? Either you gonna bring the money or you gonna pay the money. It's either that. Either you gonna pay to perform or you gonna bring enough fans that they paying for you to perform. It's one or the other. But if you're not at that point yet, that's okay. You're still developing. So develop. Take advantage of some of these. That's why y'all need to be a hookup Atlanta, so y'all can meet some of these management companies and stuff that can teach you what you need to do or provide opportunities, you know what I'm saying, so that you can increase in your gift. I can't tell you how many artists we have interviewed and don't nobody call in. You ain't got nobody to call in and say, I love your music. I've been following your movement. And, I've had a lot that do, but there's been a lot that haven't. So that means they need management to be able to teach them what they need to do to get people to even call in. That's free. You can't get your fans to call in. Shit. You can't even get your fans to call in. You can't get your fans to call in, and you can't get not one fan to call in and say, I love what you doing when you on an interview. Some of you don't even share that you're going to be on an interview. Y'all don't even understand marketing. Y'all don't understand algorithms. Y'all don't understand none of that. But y'all superstars. I understand what he's saying. A lot of people think they want to skip past development. They've been in the studio for 12 years, you know what I'm saying? And they got 1,200 mixtapes and they got 2 cute little videos, and they figure now they need to be paid to perform, but they can't even get nobody to call in when they in an interview, and they can't pack a house. So if you can't pack a house with your fans, then you are not at the point yet to be paid. You are still developing. You are still building your fan base. And if that means that you got to purchase a slot to get that experience, to get that exposure, and to gain fans for every venue that you go to that is not yours, those are people who probably never heard of you before. They ain't never heard of your name. Even though you probably think, oh, Google me. They don't know who the hell you are. So you get up there and you show out and you turn some of them people into your new fans. And so that your next event, they follow you where you going. You know what I'm saying? It's development. There's stages to this. And if you ain't at that point yet where you packing out a house, then you're still developing. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but just know who you are. And don't be whining. If you don't want to invest in this industry, if you don't want to invest in yourself, all you want to do is invest in the recording studio, and all you want to do is pay a whole bunch of money for a music video, but you can't bring no fans to a freaking stage performance, what is that saying? What is that saying? When I went through Coast to Coast or anywhere else and I want to perform, I push down that money. I don't have a problem with it because it's been teaching me and I've been learning and I've been growing as an artist. I've been growing. People are starting to know who I am. Am I all over? No, I'm not. I know I'm still in the development stage, but I am not, but I know this. I know this as an artist. I understand this as an artist. So I don't understand why the other artists don't. If you ain't packing the house and bringing the money, then damn it, you got to pay the money. It's one or the other. Either you on that level or you not. And if you're not on that level, then it's called development. So I'm hoping that a lot of y'all managers and management companies and artists and everything will get together. Publicists, some of y'all need publicists because y'all don't even know what to do once the camera's on your freaking face. That's part of development. And then you got to be willing to listen. You got to be willing to listen. And you can, for those of you who like to do extracurricular drugs and stuff, you got to make sure that that don't hinder you from doing what you got to do. Ain't nothing worse than you trying to figure out where this freaking artist is because the artist supposed to be at the recording studio or at the event or whatever at a certain time, and they still, where you at? Oh man, I was out all night. Nobody want to deal with that. Or you ones that can't keep your butt out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn around and got something going on, y'all over there in the pen some daggone way because y'all can't deal with the distractions. Y'all can't stay focused. That's all part of development. So whatever with that. Invest in yourself. I don't sugarcoat and have no pity about no artists talking about they don't want to spend no money or they tired of this, that, and the other because I know what I've had to invest and pay to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? I know what I've had to invest, and I know what I still invest, and I don't got no problem with it. That's why I don't understand the whining. Either you gonna bring the money, or you gonna pay the money. Either you gonna pay for the slot, or you gonna bring enough freaking fans that they got your spot covered times 10. Because that's what for all you who want to be mainstream and you want to deal, that's what they looking for. How many units can you sell? For every person that comes to your freaking event or whatever, promoters are looking at that like units. Like, okay, this person can push units. This person can bring, people to the events. This person, got it going on. That's an investment. Okay, I'm willing to invest because I see that they already did what they had to do to invest in themselves to this point. Like, don't nobody want no lazy artists. That's like having a babysitting. You want somebody who understands that there's work to this and there's levels to this and not be afraid to put in the work. If you know you got an event in another city, figure out how you going to get to that city and start promoting that you're going to be there ahead of time. That's called working the grounds. That's called the ground team. And if you can't do it yourself, then you need to get with a management company who got that kind of team that can do it for you. They can market and work the grounds. You know what I'm saying? They can go to